Hare Krishna and a very warm welcome to all my dear angels. Now in this video, I am going to show you a wonderful technique of multiplication. Multiplication by 5 and powers of 5 like 525, 125, 625 and maybe higher powers of 5 say 3125. But in reality, I'm not doing any multiplication. I will do division. I will do division, and that is the real mystery of this multiplication. That how I'm getting the result of doing instead of doing multiplication, I will be doing division by powers of 2 by powers of 2. So instead of doing multiplication by 5 and higher powers of 5, I will do multiplications by 2 and higher powers of 2. And this technique is very wonderful technique, amazing technique, because here I am getting the results by doing division and not by doing multiplication. So to understand this technique in full depth, I am sharing my screen with you. Come to my screen and I'll show everything. Now, first of all, confirm to me that my screen is visible to all of you and that I am fully audible to all of you. Now, there's an incredibly amazing technique that enables us to multiply any number by 5 and higher powers of 5. Powers of 5 means 5, 25, 125 means 5 cube is 125. Then 5 raised to 4 is 625. 5 raised to 5 is 3125. So powers of 5 as 5, 25, 125, 625, 3125, and so on. Instead of by multiplying, I will do division by the corresponding powers of 2. Powers of 2 means 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. These are all powers of 2, right? So instead of doing multiplication by 525, I will do division by powers of 2, by powers of 2. Suppose I have to multiply the number by 5. I will not multiply by 5, I will divide by 2. In the same way, if I have to multiply any number by 25, I will not do multiplication by 25. I will divide by 4. I will divide by 4, and so on. If you have to multiplication by 625, I will not multiply by 625. I will divide by 8. And the same way for 125, I will divide by 32. So instead of multiplication by powers of 5, I will do division by powers of 2. And division by 2 powers of 2 is very fast, very easy. And it is based, this technique, this full technique that enables you to multiply the numbers by division is based on the simple technique, is based on the simple concept that 2 into 5 is equal to 12. 2 into 5 is equal to 12. These are very, very amazing concept. And in fact, this concept is also used when you have to find the trailing number of zeros in the product of any given numbers. Or because only two numbers, 2 into 5 gives you a 0 at the end. Only two numbers, 2 and 5. When you multiply these two numbers, you get a 0 at the end. So this concept is also used for this multiplication technique and also used for another concept, finding the trailing number of zeros for the given product, So suppose I have to multiply 62 by 85 into say 75. And if I ask you, how many zeros will be there at the end of this product, then you will use this concept only. But that I will show in some other video. In this video, I will show you how you can do multiplication of the numbers by doing division and not by multiplication. So first of all, understand 2 into 5 is equal to 10. It means 5 is equal to 10 by 2. 5 is equal to 10 by 2 means I am dividing the number with 0, with 1 0 at the end, and dividing by 2 at just one time. Only 1 2 is there, so I will divide the number by 2 at one time by putting 0 at the end of the number. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean? That suppose I have to multiply any number of 5, then I put a 0 at the end of the number and divide by 2. Means only divide 2 by one time only. I am multiplying 2 only one by time. Why? Because into 2, multiplying any number of 5 by 5, it means I can write number into 5 into 2 and then divide by 2. 5 into 2 is 10. So what I will do, I will multiply the number by 10 and divide by 2. Because 5 is equal to 10 by 2, I can say when I multiply, I have to number by 5. When I have to multiply number of 5, I can say number into 10 divided by 2. Number into 10 divided by 2. So I put a 0 at the end of the number and then divide it by 2. In the same way, when I have to multiply any number by 25, now 2 into 5 square is equal to 10 square. That means 4 into 25 is equal to 100. Now what does it mean? It means when I have to multiply any number by 25, I simply put 2 zeros at the end of the number and divide the number by 4, because 25 is equal to 100 by 4. 25 is equal to 100 by 4. So I put 2 zeros at the end of the number and divide the number by 4. In the same way, we have to multiply n number by say 125. Now 2 into 5 cube is equal to 10 cube, because 2 into 5 is 10. So I am cubing both the sides. I am getting answer as 2 cube into 5 cube, means 8 into 125 is equal to 1000. 8 into 125 is equal to 1000. Now what does it mean? It means whenever I have to multiply whenever I have to multiply any number by 125, I will put 3 zeros at the end of the number and divide the number by 8 and divide the number by 8. And dividing by powers of 2 is very easy. Compared to multiplication by powers of 5, dividing by powers of 2 is very fast and very easy. So you get the answer in a fraction of a second, right? In the same way, when I have to multiply any number by 625, 625. Now 625, how do you get this number? 2 into 5 is power 4 is equal to 10 is power 4, because 2 into 5 is equal to 10. So raised to power 4 of both sides, I get 2 raised to power 4 into 5 raised to power 4. Now 2 raised to power 4 is equal to how much? Is equal to 16, and 16 into this number 5 4 is how much? 625. So 10,000, it means 10 raised to 4 is equal to 10,000. So 625 into 16 is equal to 10,000. So 625 is equal to 10,000 by 16. 625 is equal to 10,000 by 16, right? Because actually this means equal to how much? I have not written, I think 16 into 625. 625 is equal to 10,000. So 625 is equal to 10,000 by 16, right? So I made it very clear. And in the same way, when I have to multiply any number by 625, just put 4 zeros at the end of the number. Just put 4 zeros at the end of the number and divide by 16. So, in nutshell, what I'm telling you, when I have to multiply any number by 5, put a 0 at the end of the number, divide by 2. When I have to multiply any number by 25, put 2 zeros at the end of the number, divide by 4. When I have to multiply any number by 125, power of 3, 5 over 3, you have to multiply any number by 125, put 3 zeros at the number and divide by 8. And when I have to multiply any number by 625, means 5 so 4, just put 4 zeros at the number and divide by 16. That is 16 is equal to 2 to 4. So this is a summary of what I have told you so far. Now I'll show you how to divide any number by 2 very fast. Powers, when I have to multiply, when I have to divide a number by 2, 4, 8, 16. Then you have means 4 is equal to 2 into 2. So you divide the number 2 by 2 times. In the say, you have to divide the numbers by 8. So 8 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 means 2 raised to 3. So divide the number by 2 3 times. In the same way, when you divide the number by 16, means divide the number by 2 4 times. You got 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 4. It is equal to 16. So 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 16. So whenever I have to divide a number by 16, I divide the same number by 2 4 times. I divide the same number of 4 times, right? So how the division is done so fast, that I will show you in this example. Now please remember, 2 can divide an even number. 2 can divide an even number only, and for an odd number, what an odd number you get the answer as 0. You get the answer as the decimal part. Suppose I have to divide 5 by 2, I'll get answer as 2.5. I'll get a decimal part 0.5. Now, if I divide 16 by 2, I'll get the full answer. There is no decimal part because 16 is a even number. Now, what I will do for carrying out division in a fast speed, I will first convert all the odd numbers, all the odd digits in the number into the even numbers. So that division is, because I know that 2 divides only the even numbers and not the odd numbers. So suppose you have to divide 23 by 2, 23. Now here 3 is an odd number. 3 is an odd number. It is an even digit. So what I do, I put the even number just before 3, just next then less than 3, and it is number 2. And what the difference is 1. So I take it to the next level. I put it forward and I get number 10. I put a decimal first because this number is coming. Now 22 is complete over here. So I put a decimal over here and I get the number 10. I put it, the number which I taken for we put as 10. So my answer will be 22.10. Instead of dividing 23, I will be dividing 22.10. So I'm getting 22 because I taken 1 from 3. I getting 2, and then I am taking this 1 forward after putting a decimal, and 1 means 10. I can put any number 0 after 1 and it becomes 10. Now to divide 23 by 2, it means I divide 22.10 and the answer will be 11.5. This is a very simple example. You can do even without converting into a 2, but just to show you how you can how you can divide bigger number also. Now suppose this is a number 53456, and I have to divide it by 2. Now here the numbers 535, these are all odd numbers. They are odd numbers. So before dividing, I have to convert them into even numbers. So I take the first number before 5, that is the even number, that is 4. Then 1 is extra. I take 1 to 13, it becomes I take 1 to 3, it becomes 13. Now, before writing 13, 13 is not to be taken because 13 is again an odd number. So I write it to always write the number below the odd number. So 12 is below that 13. So I write 12. I take one extra to 4, it becomes 14. It becomes 14. And 14 is an odd even number. No need to take any further. Now again 5 is an odd number. So I take 1 from it and it becomes 4. And 6 becomes 1 6. And 6 becomes 1 6. So after converting 5 3 4 5 6 into a even number where all the number 5 3 4 5 6 is also an even number, but I have converted all the odd numbers 5 3 and 5 into the even numbers. The number becomes 4 12 14 4 6 4 12 14 4 6, and it's very easy to divide this number by 2 because all the digits are now even numbers. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6, 14 divided by 2 is 7, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 16 divided by 2 is 2. 16 divided by 2 is 2. This should be 8. I've written 6. So answer is 26728. 26728. Right? So it is very fast to divide any number by 2 when you convert all the digits in the number, all the odd numbers in the all the odd digits in the number into the even numbers. Right? Now, in the same way, suppose I have to divide 5791357 by 2. In the question is given multiply 5791357 and you have to multiply it by 5. So what you have to do? You first have to divide by 2. So all these number 5791357, they are all odd numbers. They are all odd numbers. So before dividing by 2, what I will do? I will first convert all of these numbers into the even numbers. Now here the even number before 5 is 4. So I write 4. I take 1 to 7. It becomes 17. 17 again is an odd number. I take 1 less than this. I become 16. And I take 1 to 9. It becomes 19. I again further take 1 from there. It becomes 18. And 1 becomes 11. Then I write 11 as 10. Take 1 to 3. It becomes 13. Again I take 1 from 13. It becomes 12. And it becomes 15. Again I take 1 from 15. It becomes 14. And the 7 becomes 17. Again I take 1 from 17. It becomes 16. And I take 1 to 8 and becomes 18. So you see, in this way, all the numbers have been converted into the even numbers 4, 16, 18, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Now, division of any number, which are all even numbers, by 2 is very fast, very easy. You have to just divide the number by 2. There is no decimal part now involved. No decimal part is involved. So division becomes very easy, very fast. Just 4 by 2 is 2, 16 by 2 is 8, 18 by 2 is 9, 10 by 2 is 5, 12 by 2 is 6, 14 by 2 is 7, 16 by 2 is 8, 18 by 2 is 9. So your answer comes very fast. Your answer comes very fast because before division, you have converted all the odd numbers into the even number. Otherwise, if you divide by the school way, by the traditional way, what you will do? You will divide 5 by 2, we get 1 carry, we become 17. Again, you divide 17 because means every time you take a carry forward. For the decimal part, you take a carry forward. Here, what I have done, I have first converted all the odd numbers into the even numbers, and so no carry is required, nothing is required, just simply division is required. Right? And the same way, I'm showing the next example here. 2 8 9 5 6 7 8 9 is to be divided by 2. Now here the digits 9 5 7 and 9 are the odd digits. So I first convert into even digits so that my division becomes very fast. So 2828 is as such. Now I write next even number below 9, that is 8. So I take 8, and this one which is left, I take it to 5. So 5 becomes 15, but 15 is an odd number. So I write it as 14, and I take 1 to 6. So 1 with 6 becomes 16. Now 7 is an odd number. I write it as 6 and take 1 to 8. It becomes 18. In the same way, 9 is an odd number. I write it 8 and I take 1 forward because number is finished here. The total number is finished here. So I have to put a decimal and then I write it 10. I write it 10. Because number is finished, so I have to put a decimal, and whatever one is extra, I take to forward and write it 10. Why 0? Because the number is finished. I can write only 0 after that. No other number I can write. Because value of number is not changed. When I put I can put as many zeros after decimal as I like. Because the value is not changed by putting 0 after decimal. So I simply write 10. Now I divide this whole number. Instead of dividing 2 8 9 5 6 7 8 9 by 2, I will divide 2 8 8 14 16 6 18 8.10 by 2. So see the difference. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1, by 8 by 2 is 4, 8 by 2 is 4, 14 by 2 is 7, 16 by 2 is 8, 16 by 6 by 2 is 3, 18 by 2 is 9, 8 by 2 is 4, and then point, and then 10 by 2 is 5. So I'll get the answer very fast when I divide the full number by 2. So in 2, 3 examples, I have shown you how to divide a number by 2 very fast by first converting all the odd digit numbers into the even numbers. Write the numbers, all the odd digit numbers convert to even numbers, and then divide the upper row, this upper row of numbers by 2. So it becomes very fast to divide all the numbers by 2. Now, very simple example I'm giving you. Suppose I want to multiply 234 by 5. 234 by 5. So what I do, I multiply 234 by, I put a 0, means 234 into 5 into 5. It becomes 10 because I have multiplied by 2. So I have to divide by 2 also. So it becomes 2340 by 2. Now divide 2340 by 2. 3 is an odd number. 3 is an odd number. 3 is not an even number. So before a division, what I will do, I will convert 3 into an even number. I write it as 2 and take the 1 extra to 4. It becomes 14. Now I have to divide the whole number 2 to 140 by 2 and not 2340. I have to divide 2 to 140 and not 2340. So the answer is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Again, 14 divided 2 is 7. And last is, of course, 0 only, because 0 divided 2 is always 0. So answer is 1170. You see, division by 2 is very fast as compared to multiplication by 5 or powers of 5. Now, this is the case where we have taken only single power of 5. Now, in the next case, suppose you have to multiply in the same way 5735 by 5. Now, technique is same, 573390, because I multiply both the sides by 2. And becomes 53790, and because I'm multiplying by 2, I have to divide by 2 also. So 57390, I have to divide by 2. Now you see here 5739, they are all odd numbers. They are odd numbers. So I have to first convert into even numbers. So what I do, I write 4 number below 5 as an even number. Take 1 extra to 7 becomes 17, and 17 becomes 16 as an even number. I take 1, 2, 3. It becomes 13, but 13 is again odd number. So I write it 12. And take 1 extra to 19. 19 is becomes 18 as an even number. 1 extra goes to 0 and the answer becomes 10. So 4, 16, 12, 18, 10. 4, 16, 12, 18, 10 is the answer, is the final number to be divided by 2. And the answer is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 10 divided by 2 is 0. So 28695. I should write divided by 5 over here. I should have divided by 2 over here. Okay, no problem. This number is being divided by 2. In the same way, 456 by 25. Now I have to multiply 25 is 5 square. So because I have to multiply by 25, I will also multiply by 4. So 25 into 4 is 100. And because I have multiplied by 4, I will divide by 4 also. So my answer will be 45600 divided by 4. As I told you earlier, if you have to multiply by 25, just put 2 zeros at the end of the number and divide by 4. Now here 45600, 45600, you have to divide by 2. But because it is divided by 4, so I write 4 as 2 into 2, 2 into 2. Now before division, I will convert this 5. This 5 is an odd number. This 5 is an odd number. So I will convert this 5 into an odd even number. I write 4. I take 1 extra to 6. It becomes 16. So the number becomes 441600. 441600. I first divide by first 2. It becomes answer is 22800. 22800. I again divide by 2. I again divide by 2. And I again divide by 2. So that it becomes now 22800. I divide by 2 because 11400. 11400. So my final answer is 11400. Dividing by 4 means dividing by 2 two times. Dividing by 2 times. So the first division I got 22800 as the first division, and the second division I got 11400. So the final answer is 11400 after dividing this number by 2 times. So 456 multiplied by 25, the answer is 11400. You see, I have not done any multiplication. I simply divide this number 45600 by 2 for 2 times. Why by 2 times? Because I am multiplying by powers of 2 times. You see, it is 45600. 00 means 25 into 4. Powers of 2 square. 25 to 2 square. So I have to also divide it by 2 square. That is 2 into 2. So I am dividing 45600 by 4 by 2 times, and I get the answer 11400. In the same way, suppose you have to multiply 358 by 125. Now 358 into 125. 125 is equal to 1000 upon 8. Or you can say I'm multiplying both the sides by 8. 125 into 8, and so I have to divide by 8 also. So it becomes 358 000 divided by 8. 358 000 divided by 8. Now I have to divide this number by 8. 8 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2. It means I can have to divide by 2 three times. I have to divide this number by 2 three times. Now the first division, I have to first convert this 5 into an even number. Now this into an even number. So how will I convert? I simply write 5 as 4. I simply write. Now before that, 3 is also an odd number. So I take 3 as 2 and I take 1 as to 5. I take 1 to 5. So 5 becomes 15. 5 becomes 15. It means 15 is again an odd number. So I take 1 from there. It becomes 14. And 1 taken to it becomes 18. And 0, 0 is already there. So the number becomes 2, 14, 18, 000. 2, 14, 18, 000. I divide this number first by 2. I get the answer 179 000. So first division gives you answer 179 000. Now 179 000 again I have to divide by 2. So now this 7 and 9 are the odd number. And this 1 is also odd number. So what I do, I convert all these numbers into the even number. So 1 minus 1 is 0. I take 1 to this number 7, it becomes 17. But 17 is odd number. So I write 16 and take 1 to 19. So it becomes 19. I take 1 from 19, it becomes 18. And the next number becomes 10 means 10. So after converting this number 179 000 into an even number, it becomes 0, 16, 18, 10, 00. I repeat 0, 16, 18, 10, 00. And now this division by 2 is very fast. Because 16 divided by 2 is 8. 19 divided by 2 is 9. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And of course 0, 0. So my final answer is 89500. But I have to further divide by 2 because I have divided 2 by 2 times so far. So one more division is required. And again, 9 and 5 are odd numbers. 9 and 5 are odd numbers. So before division, I have to convert them into the even number. So I write, instead of 8, I write 8. Instead of 9, I write 8. And the one extra I take to, I carry to 15. So it becomes, I carry to 5, it becomes 15. And 15 is again an odd number. So I write is 14 and take 1 to 10 and take 1 to 0, it becomes 10. So after conversion, 89500 all into even numbers, the number becomes 8, 8, 18, 8, 8, 14, 10, 0. 8, 8, 14, 10, 0. And it can be divided very fast by 2. So the answer will be 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4, 14 divided by 2 is 7, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 0 by 2 is 40. So the final answer is 44750. 44750. You see how fast you can get the division. I have taken so much time because I am explaining you how to convert the odd numbers into the even numbers. But when you are doing practice, you can do it very fast. And it is very easy. You just have to consider the number below the given number. 5. Don't consider the numbers 6. Don't consider the number more than the given odd number. Always consider the number less than the given odd number. The number below 5 is 4. The even number below 5 is 4. So write 4 only and not 6. Please remember this point. You have to consider the even number which is below than the given odd number. Then only your answer will go correct. So this way I have shown you how to multiply any number by 125 by dividing the number 2 by 2 by 2, means 3 times by 2. Now in the same way, suppose you have to multiply 570 by 16 by 625. Now 625 is equal to 5 into 5 into 5 into 5, means fourth power of 5. So I have to divide by fourth power of 2, or simply you can say I put 4 zeros at the end of the number and then divide by 16 and then divide by 16. Now this becomes 579. It means 16 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, means 2 raised to power 4. So I have to divide this number 4 times by 2, 4 times by 2 to get the answer. And division by 2 is very easy. See what I have done. 579, 4 times 0. Now first convert this 579 into an even number. Now 5 written as 4, 1 taken to 7, it becomes 17. Again I write 16. I take 1 to 9, becomes 19. Then I take 1 from 19, becomes 18. And I take 1 to 0, it becomes 10. So final conversion is 4, 16, 18, 10, and then 000. I divide this number very easily by 2. By the first 2, it becomes 2895 000. The answer is, I showed in the bluish line, Turkish line, it is 2895 000, and one division is complete. Now further I have to divide this number by 2. Now again, 9 and 5 are odd numbers. So I convert them into even numbers. I write 9 as 8, it becomes 9 as 8, and I take 1 extra to 5, it becomes 15. But 15 is an odd number, so I write as 14 and take 1 to 0, it becomes 10. So after conversion, it becomes 2, 8, 8, 14, 10, 00, 2, 8, 8, 14, 10, 00. And when divided by 2 for the second time, it becomes 1, 4, 4, 7, 5, 00, 1, 4, 4, 7, 5, 00. Now again, I have to divide for the third time this number by 2. Now again, 7 and 5 are odd numbers. 7 and 5 are not even numbers. So before division, I will divide this. I will convert this number into the even numbers. Now 7 is written as 6 and not as 8. Please remember, you have to always take even number below the given odd number. If you take 8, then your answer will go wrong. Take the even number below the less than the given odd number. So 6 less than is 7. I take right 6 over here. I take 1 extra to 5. It becomes 14. It becomes 15. But 15 is again an odd number. So I write is 14 and take the extra 1 to the next number 0. It becomes 10. So the final number after conversion is 0, 14, 4, 6, 14, 10, 0. 0, 14, 4, 6, 14, 10, 0. Divided by 2 for the third time, and you get the answer as 0, 7, 2, 3, 7, 5, 0. You see, all these numbers are even numbers. You can divide very fast. Now, this I have to divide 4 times by 4. 4 times by 4. Here, most of the numbers 7, 3, 7, 5. They are all odd numbers. So I have to convert them into the even numbers before division. So I write 7 as 6, take 1 extra to 2, it becomes 12. Again, I write 3 as 2, I take 1 extra to 7, it becomes 17. So 17 is the odd number. I write is 16 and take 1 extra to 15 to 5, it becomes 15. But 15 is an odd number. So I write as 14 and take 1 extra to 0, it becomes 10. So after conversion, it becomes 0, 6, 12, 2, 16, 14, 10. It is very easy, very fast. You have to just write the even number less than the given odd number. Whatever is extra, you take it to the next number. And now the number is, all the numbers are even numbers. I can divide very easily. 0 divided by 0 is 0. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 3, 6, 1, 8, 7, 5. 3, 6, 1, 8, 7, 5 is my final answer. So in this way, you can divide any number by powers of, you can multiply any numbers by powers of 5 by dividing by similar powers of 2. If you multiply a number by 5, divide by 2. If you multiply by 25, divide by 4. Means dividing 2 times by 2. If you multiply the number by 125, it means divide the number by 8. That is 2 into 2. Divide 2 by 3 times. And the same way, if you multiply the number by 625, it means you have to divide by 16. That is 2 into 2 into 2. Into 2, that is 2 divided to 4 times. Just I have shown the example. 579 into 625 is equal to 579 0000, and then dividing by 2 4 times. So answer, final answer, get 361875. So division by 2 is very easy as compared to multiplication by 5, 25, 125, 625, because I show you how to divide by 2 by first converting the odd numbers into the even numbers, and then they first convert the all odd numbers into the even numbers, and then they divide all these even numbers by 2. Division by 2 is easy when all numbers are even numbers in the row. So this way I showed a very simple technique, and this technique can be extrapolated to get other numbers also. Suppose it is, I have to divide by 5 by 25. I can write is 2.5, 0.25, 250. You see, I can all these numbers. Simply 125, I can write 0.125, 1.25, 12.5, 1250, then 0.625, 6.25. These are all the derivatives of 25, 125, 625. So I can simply calculate the, suppose I have to multiply by 2.5. 2.5 is equal to what? It is equal to 25 upon 10, 25 upon 10, and 25 upon 10 is 25 is equal to, I know, 100 by 4. So 2.5 is equal to 100 by 40. That is equal to 10 by 4. Is equal to 10 by 4. So in this way, I can find the answer very easily. Or otherwise, what you can do, you simply multiply by 25 and then divide by 10. You simply multiply by 2 and divide by 10, because 2.5 is equal to 25 upon 10. So first find the answer for multiplication by 25, and then that product you divide by 10, you get the answer for product multiplication by 2.5. So in this table, I have written such techniques. Suppose you have to multiply by 0.5. 0.5 is equal to 5 by 10. I know 5 is equal to how much? 10 by 2. So this is equal to 10 by 2 and 10 by 2 into 10 is equal to half only. Means I have to simply divide the number by 2. If I say multiply a number by 0.5, it means I have to simply divide the number by 2. In the same way, if someone asks you to multiply the number by 50. Now 50 is equal to 5 into 10, and 5 is equal to 10 by 2. So 50 is equal to 10 into 10 upon 2, that is 100 upon 2, that is 100 upon 2. In the same way, 500 is equal to 1000 upon 2, and 0.25 is equal to 1 by 4, 2.5 is equal to 10 by 4, 250 is equal to 1000 by 4, 0.125 is equal to 1 by 8, 1.25 is equal to 10 by 8. These are all the derivatives I have written. You can use all these derivatives to multiply the numbers by. Suppose you have to multiply a number by 0.625. So what you do, simply multiply the number by 10, and divide by 16. Divide by 16 means divide the numbers 4 times by 2. Divide the numbers 4 times by 2. In the same way, you have to multiply a number by 6.25. Then multiply the number by 10 and divide the again number by 16. Means 2 times, dividing the numbers 4 times by number 2. In the same way, 62.5. So multiply the number by 1000 and divide by 16. So dividing the number 4 times by 2, and all these I have shown. 6250. 6250 means you have to multiply the number by 10,000 and then divide by 16. So these are all the derivatives of 625. 625 derivatives 0.625, 6.25, 62.5, 6250. And this way I have shown for also for 3125. Though we require only up to 625, but I have shown for even higher power, 5 also I have shown 3125. 5 is 3125. So you can also do with division and multiplication, with multiplication by 3125. So in this way, I have shown you so many examples, and these are some of the questions you have to do for self-practice. I have given the questions for 125, 625. These are 20 questions are there. And then you can also practice with these derivatives. You can also practice with derivatives of like 5, 0.5, 550, 0.25, 2.5. You can also do these questions by the derivatives of the main number 525, 125, 625, 3125. So students, I feel that I have taught you something very valuable, a very wonderful technique of multiplication. I stop my sharing my screen with you this now and come back to talk with you. Yes. So students, children, I feel that you have come to learn a very wonderful technique of which is called multiplication through division. Multiplication through division. We are not doing any multiplication. I am doing division. Division by powers of 2. Division by the same power of 2 as the power of the multiplying number. If the number is multiplied by 25, I have to divide by 4. If the number is multiplied by 125, I have to divide by 8. Same power of 2 as the same power of 3. So very fast technique, very simple technique. And I've also shown you how to divide by 2 many number of times. So just convert the odd numbers into the given number into even numbers, and then division becomes very fast. So if you really like this video, and if you feel that I have given something valuable, something very amazing and wonderful, then please do subscribe to my channel. You can share my video among your friends. And if you really want to learn more such techniques of speed mental math, if you want to become a mathematician and may learn many other magical games, then do call me to join my course. My number is 9265418811. My number is 9265418811. So thank you very much for sharing valuable time with me. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. Have a great day. Thank you very much.